Morning, folks. We are back on the trail, day 2. We're hiking over Buckskin Pass, and then we'll hike down to Snowmass Lake, and that's where we'll be camping tonight. But it's supposed to be another great day, so let's go get it. The water's cold. Today is going to be another beautiful day. We're going to hike 8, maybe 9 miles. We're hiking over Buckskin Pass, and then we'll hike down to Snowmass Lake, and that's where we'll be camping tonight. Right now it's about 7 o'clock, so we're getting early morning because that's the best time to hike. It's nice and cool and get over that pass before noontime. So we have about a mile, maybe less than a mile, until we get to Crater Lake, and from there that's where we'll start heading west up to Buckskin Pass. So Crater Lake has a campground at it. When I mean campground, I mean more of like designated camping spots. So there's zones here in the Snowmass Wilderness, and if you have a permit for those zones, it's dispersed camping. So you camp where, there's already been an established campsite. But at Crater Lake, there are designated sites that, you come into site number 6 or whatever it is. And that is another option if you want to come in here, and maybe you don't want to backpack the whole loop, but you want to see a couple of the passes, maybe Snowmass Lake. I could see people camping at Crater Lake and doing a day hike up to West Maroon Pass, and then maybe doing another day hike up Buckskin Pass and going down to Snowmass Lake for the day. And they're not carrying all their gear. They just carry it, they're camped at Crater Lake, and they just leave all their gear there. So I can see that as a definite doable option. But we are coming into the Crater Lake area, a beautiful lake, and this is where we should be able to get some of our first really good looks of the Maroon Bells. Speaking of Maroon Bells, they're also known as the Deadly Bells, as I believe they are one of the deadliest 14ers in Colorado. So there's two of them. I believe it's North Maroon and West Maroon. I'm not sure how many people have passed away on those, but you can just look at it. It looks like the rock is crumbly. But we heard people this morning, I think like 4:30, hiking through or by our campsite, and I think that's where they were probably heading up this morning, is up to Maroon Bells. All right, I think we're coming to our turnoff. So that's the way we just came from, and now this way up here is up to Buckskin Pass. Let's go get it. Now we have about 3 miles to climb until we get to the top of Buckskin Pass, and I believe, according to my hiking app, it's around 12,450 feet. So that's going to give us around 2,300 feet of elevation gain over the next 3 miles. Now I hear that a lot of people like to do this loop clockwise because they want to save the best views of the Maroon Bells coming down Buckskin Pass. So they are amazing, as you'll see, but really there's amazing views around every corner of this trail, and I think it's easier to go counterclockwise with respect to going up the passes. So that first 3/4 of a mile is pretty straight up, about 600 to 700 feet of elevation gain. But then it begins to level out a little bit, and then I think you have maybe another big push towards the end. But it's not been too bad. You've had a lot of shade that you can hike in. That first part is steep, but it's beautiful with shots of Crater Lake and Maroon Bells. At least it's scenic when you need to stop and catch your breath. Found this great little spot. Thought we'd take a little water and snack break. There's Buchanan Pass. We're about a mile away. Doesn't really seem that far, but it's a steep little climb there at the end. Isn't it weird how we put ourselves through this stuff and we love it. I love it. I mean, this is hard. It really is. Slow going, you go about 1/10 of a mile, at least for me, and I'm catching my breath. But man, it is well worth it when you get up there, and it is so beautiful out here. Little push. Whew. Oh yeah. One of my favorite views. Whew. That is awesome. That was brutal, but some pretty good switchbacks. But whew, always feels good to get to the top of a pass. Now it's time for some lunch. All right, we got up here around noon and gonna have a nice little lunch break. And the views up here can't be beat. All right, we are wrapping up lunch and headed down now to Snowmass Lake. But this Buckskin Pass is beautiful. I would say goodbye to the Maroon Bells, and we come over here to Snowmass Mountain and Snowmass Lake, and that's where we'll be hiking the next couple days. And I think it may be 4 to 5 miles to the lake, and that's where we are going to camp tonight. So we're about a mile down now from Buckskin Pass and found this nice little creek here. I decided to drop the packs for a little bit, take a little snack break. And the one thing that I have noticed about this 4-pass loop, and really Colorado, a lot of Colorado trails in general, you're either going up or you're going down. There's not a lot of flat. So there's not a lot of flat on this loop, as we're just going down, down, down. And then as soon as we get down, we're gonna have to go up a little bit just to get to Snowmass Lake, because that's really the beginning of the going up to the next pass, which is Trail Rider Pass. I would like to thank my wife for a very helpful hiker tip, one that I'm not very good at, and that is taking breaks. So I am typically a power through type of person and get to my spot. I mean, obviously the camera actually helps me slow down and take pictures and video and really enjoy it more. But my wife is helping me learn to take more rest breaks, get the pack off your shoulders, eat some more snacks, which gives you energy. And I feel better. You know, it's amazing what a 5-10 minute break where your pack is off your shoulders, and then you start hiking again. Man, Nancy and I just felt like brand new almost. I mean, we're still tired, but yeah, I just felt so much better and kind of re-energized to hammer out these next couple miles. But little hiker tip, take those breaks. Earlier I was talking about how hard this is, just going over one pass, let alone 4 passes in 4 days or 4 passes in 2 or 3 days. It's just hard. And it just reminded me of one of my favorite movie quotes, and I say this often, so it's probably in some of my other videos as well, but it's the movie A League of Their Own, and it's Tom Hanks talking to Gina Davis at the end where she wants to quit, right? She's the all-star of the league. Her husband has come back from the war, and she is ready to quit. And he's like, why do you want to quit? And she's like, it just got too hard. It just got too hard. And I love it, and still, I don't know why it makes me even choke up now, but his response is, it's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everybody would do it. The hard is what makes it great. And I think for me, that is just how I sum up why I enjoy doing these type of trips, because yeah, they're hard. My legs are sore coming down. My shoulders are aching from carrying about 28 pounds of weight, and my feet are tired. I'm just ready to get in my hammock. But it's the hard that makes it great. You know, getting up to the top of that pass and you see those views, and you know, we're getting to experience things that a lot of people never will. And there's just such beauty out here in the Snowmass Wilderness and just out and backpacking in general. So if you ever start thinking it's just getting too hard and you want to quit, just remember, it's the hard that makes it great. I think we have another opportunity for some water shoes. This is actually more treacherous than the ones we saw yesterday, but it doesn't look too bad. Oh, it's beautiful. I think we're finally here. Yep. Snowmass Lake. So we'll head down that direction, find a good camp spot, and then tomorrow morning we'll head up that way towards Trail Rider Pass. So like true 4-pass loop style, as soon as we hit that meadow, we came down and hit that meadow, boom, straight up, probably half mile, 3/4 a mile up to get to this point where the lake is at. So now let's go find a campsite and let's get set up. Here's our new spot. Kind of tucked back here. See a place where Nancy can pitch her tent. Got some hammock options, and the lake is just right there. So I think this is going to work. So one of the reasons I love having a hammock, which I shared on my hammock tips from the trail of the Lost Creek Wilderness, is I always have a chair, right? And after, busting up Buckskin Pass and, just kind of being worn out, I love just coming into camp and just pitching my hammock, not really getting anything set up, and just relaxing for a bit before I go through all the dialing in of everything. But this is one of the reasons why I love having a hammock. Campsite for night number 2. We are preparing our rehydrated meals. Pretty good site. So the lake is over there. We were thinking about having dinner over there, but you may hear some thunder in the background, which is why that you see I have my tarp deployed, but I am all ready to go. And getting the meals ready. And then Nancy's got a nice little spot back here. But yeah, it's kind of some dark clouds back there. But we're at the Snowmass Lake for our second night, and it's kind of crazy out here. There's a lot of people around, so we did some looking for some more privacy. We can still see the lake from here, which is nice. We're hoping to have some dinner down there, but there are people all around us, and there could be coming in more and more. It's only 6 o'clock now, so there's still folks that could be rolling in. But it is a beautiful, beautiful area, and hopefully, if it doesn't thunder and storm on us, we're going to get some shots down by the lake this evening. Because as the sun is setting over Snowmass Mountain, it could be special. So the rain has held off, at least for now. So we are down here with our meals. Mine is something new. It's Chad Menendez, and he's a hunter. And this one's called Venison Country Casserole. And I hear good things about it from Syntax 77, so looking forward to that. And Nance?
I have beef stroganoff with noodles.
Oh yeah,
and this is so romantic.
This is our romantic dinner in front of this beautiful lake with the sun setting here in a little bit. We just hope we don't get wet. All right, the weather is holding out and I made some brownies. So on this trip, on Special Trips with Nancy, I bring my bigger cook pot, and I have this way with this cook pot to steam basically brownies or like muffins, stuff like that. And we're just finished cooking. They look okay from the outside. Maybe they need to cool a little bit. But yeah, here, let's have a look at that. So we've had these before. We've had these on one of our trips. Trying to think, it was Big South. One of our Big South camping trips that I did with Nancy, and they worked out pretty well. They're more like, I would call them hot lava cakes. But since it's not raining yet, and I don't want to carry this anymore, we're going to give it a try. Nice and hot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So, getting there. Like I said, it's like a hot lava cake. But, yeah, it'll work. We just need some ice cream with it. Oh, and by the way, that Chad Menendez venison country casserole, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Tomorrow night I have his bison ranch mashers, so I'm really looking forward to that. But this was a hit, a success, so we're going to call that an evening. Well, it looks like the storms have passed, and so we're going to go check out Snowmass Lake a little bit. Well, that's going to do it for day 2. We hiked around 8.5 miles, made our way over Buckskin Pass, which I believe topped out at around 12,450 feet. And to me, West Maroon and Buckskin are the 2 toughest passes if you're going counterclockwise. So it's kind of good to get those 2 hard passes out of the way. But then we came down, when you come down Buckskin, you come into this beautiful forest, and then that wonderful looking meadow, and now here to Snowmass Lake. And this place is beautiful. So it has been just a wonderful day. Short day tomorrow. I think we're only going to hike 6 or 7 miles. We hike over Trail Rider Pass, which is actually right over there. I think we only have about 2, maybe 3 miles to get to the top of the pass. And yeah, just hope for another beautiful day like we had today. And it's been great. It's been great out here in the Snowmass Wilderness. All right, folks, we will see you in the morning. Woohoo! Yeah. Ooh.